reshaping its political, economic, and social landscape. Just last week, the Burkina government announced it had thwarted a major coup attempt allegedly orchestrated by individuals based in neighboring Côte d'Ivoire. This marks the second such incident in recent months, highlighting ongoing tensions within the region. In response, President Traoré continues to emphasize national security, deploying elite rapid intervention brigades to counter insurgent threats and maintain stability across the country. Traoré's administration is pushing forward with bold economic reforms aimed at reducing reliance on foreign aid and harnessing internal resources. Key initiatives include a 50% reduction in cement prices to boost infrastructure development and make housing more affordable. Investment in agriculture, mining, and renewable energy sectors to position Burkina Faso as a regional economic powerhouse.
Country's economy by creating over 1,600 jobs. Yes, you heard that right. More than 1,600 jobs in Burkina Faso, and this is not just a figure. It's a reality that's unfolding as we speak. So, what's the business that's bringing all this change? It's a Moroccan cement company known as CIMEF Group, which has been a key player in Burkina Faso since 2015. Recently, they announced a massive expansion plan that includes building new factories in the country. One of these is a state-of-the-art green cement factory that will be powered by solar energy, showing a strong commitment to sustainable development. The cost for this groundbreaking project? A whopping 33 billion CFA francs, equivalent to about $5 million. And that's just for the construction and machinery. This is serious business. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, personally launched the construction work on this project. The plan includes a solar power plant and a calcined clay production unit, both for CIMEF Group. On August 8, 2024, the president presided over the ceremony to lay the foundation stone for these projects in the Koudougou industrial zone. These new infrastructures are an extension of the company's activities in Burkina Faso, reinforcing its role in diversifying production in the country. The calcined clay production unit is particularly impressive, with plans to produce 900 tons of clay per day. The solar power plant will have a capacity of 5 megawatts peak MWB, providing clean energy that will partly meet the electricity needs of the CIMEF plant in Kosoto. The timeline is ambitious. The solar power plant is expected to be operational within 15 months, while the production unit will follow in 24 months. Financially, these two projects alone represent an investment of 33.3 billion CFA francs, with 33 billion allocated specifically for the clay production unit. CIMEF is not undertaking this monumental task alone. The World Bank is providing financial support, underscoring the significance of these projects for Burkina Faso's industrial future. The president of CIMEF Group, Anas Sefrioui, emphasized that these projects mark a new era in industrial production in Burkina Faso, highlighting their role in promoting a green economy. By coordinating these two projects, CIMEF aims to improve the competitiveness of its products in the local market, reduce production costs, and ultimately benefit consumers. And let's not forget the job creation aspect. This project is set to create hundreds of new jobs, both directly and indirectly. Moreover, Sefrioui highlighted the strong cooperation between Burkina Faso and Morocco, stating that these projects are a testament to the fruitful South-South cooperation between the two countries. The minister in charge of trade delivered a speech on behalf of President Traoré, praising the use of solar energy in these projects. This approach aligns perfectly with the government's vision of making renewable energy a cornerstone of sustainable development in Burkina Faso. The minister also proposed transferring any surplus electricity generated by the solar power plant to Sonabol, Burkina Faso's national electricity company, ensuring that the benefits of this clean energy project extend beyond CIMEF. In his speech, Captain Ibrahim Traoré highlighted the significant economic benefits CIMEF's presence brings to Burkina Faso. He mentioned that the project will directly employ over 400 people and indirectly create more than 1,600 jobs, while also boosting the use of local raw materials. President Traoré took the opportunity to reaffirm the government's commitment to supporting both national and foreign investors who wish to contribute to the development of Burkina Faso's industrial sector. After laying the foundation stone, he emphasized the importance of processing local raw materials within the country to benefit the population. He also encouraged other investors to consider Burkina Faso as a viable and attractive destination for investment, assuring them that the country offers all the necessary facilities and guarantees to support their ventures. Burkina Faso's welcoming stance towards investment, particularly under the leadership of President Traoré, contrasts sharply with the situation in many other African countries. While some nations face protests, mismanagement of public funds, and a flight of international companies, Burkina Faso is attracting new investments and encouraging existing companies to expand. This is a clear indication that something positive is happening in Burkina Faso, something that other African leaders should take note of. So, what is it that sets Burkina Faso apart? The answer is simple: leadership that prioritizes the well-being of the people over personal gain. In many countries where hardship has become the norm, the leaders are often more concerned with their own luxury than with the needs of the population. For instance, some African presidents have approved the purchase of hundreds of luxury vehicles like Toyota Land Cruisers for lawmakers, local government officials, and even themselves, while their countries struggle with economic challenges. Take Nigeria, for example. The Nigerian president, who has been in office for less than 2 years, approved the purchase of 436 Toyota Land Cruiser SUVs for lawmakers. Not only that, but he also approved a private jet for himself, all while protests continued to rage across the country. In Ghana, the president's convoy of Toyota Land Cruisers is equally extravagant, with each vehicle costing around $200,000. When leaders prioritize luxury over production and economic stability, they contribute to the downfall of their economies, driving away investors who fear the consequences of such financial mismanagement. But in Burkina Faso, under President Ibrahim Traoré, the story is different. He has refused to approve the purchase of luxury vehicles for government workers, setting an example of fiscal responsibility and integrity. This is how a country should be run, by focusing on building the economy and ensuring the resources are used wisely. President Traoré is creating an environment where investors feel confident and eager to participate in the country's development. This kind of leadership is reminiscent of some European leaders who live modestly and focus on serving their people. In some European countries, governors and other high-ranking officials drive ordinary cars, often without any escort, blending in with the general population. This humble approach to leadership not only earns the respect of the people but also fosters trust among investors, who see that the country's leadership is committed to its long-term prosperity. The world is taking notice of Burkina Faso under President Traoré. Investors recognize that the country's economy is on a positive trajectory, and that's why they are flocking to Burkina Faso, unlike in other African countries where investors are fleeing. The CIMIF Group's decision to expand its operations in Burkina Faso, building more factories and investing in sustainable energy, is a clear sign that the country is moving in the right direction. In conclusion, the CIMIF Group's multi-million-dollar investment in Burkina Faso is not just about business. It's about building a brighter future for the country. This project will create thousands of jobs, boost the local economy, and set an example of how sustainable development can be achieved in Africa. As we look around the continent and see other countries struggling with economic instability, it's clear that Burkina Faso is on a different path, a path of progress, innovation, and hope. And at the heart of this transformation is a leader who truly cares about his people, President Ibrahim Traoré. Thank you for watching. This is the kind of leadership that every country needs, and in Burkina Faso,
implementation of wage reforms to enhance civil servants' purchasing power, laying the groundwork for broader, equitable growth. Additionally, the government has launched the FASO-MIBO initiative, focusing on rehabilitating and improving the national road network to facilitate trade and improve mobility.
But has already come up with many projects for Burkina Faso, and has also continued with some of the projects he met, and that will be our focus in today's video. We are going to be showing you some of the major construction and development projects Ibrahim Traoré is undertaking, and which of these projects have already been realized so far. Project number 1. The construction of the Ouagadougou Airport. The government of Burkina Faso, led by President Ibrahim Traoré, is currently undertaking a major project that is sure to have a significant impact on the country's economy: the construction of a brand new airport in Ouagadougou. To finance this massive undertaking, Traoré's administration has secured loans totaling a whopping $61.8 million from both the West African Development Bank and the ECOWAS Bank. This project is expected to cost over $420 million and should be completed by 2024. Perhaps most excitingly, the construction of this new airport is expected to generate over 5,000 new jobs for the people of Burkina Faso. Once the new airport is up and running, it will make it much easier for people and goods to move into and out of the country. This, in turn, is expected to attract new businesses and investment, which should have a positive impact on the economy as a whole. With a terminal building that can handle up to 1.5 million passengers per year, this new airport is sure to be a major asset for the country in the years to come. Project number 2. The construction of a gold refinery. On November 23, 2023, Burkina Faso's President, Ibrahim Traoré, laid the foundation stone for the country's first gold refinery. The facility, developed in partnership with Morena Gold, a local gold company, will have an annual refining capacity of 150 tons and is expected to create 100 direct jobs and over 5,000 indirect jobs. The refinery will also house a jewelry store. The move towards local processing of gold is a growing trend in African mining countries, with Mali also considering the construction of a gold refinery. Project number 3. Modernization of all roads in the country. Despite being one of the poorest countries in Africa, Burkina Faso is making strides towards improving its road infrastructure. Ibrahim Traoré, the current leader, is continuing the efforts of his predecessors by investing in road construction and rehabilitation projects. These projects aim to enhance the quality and connectivity of the country's road network, involving the construction of new roads, widening of existing ones, and upgrading of gravel roads to paved surfaces. The importance of cross-border roads cannot be overstated, as they facilitate regional trade and connect Burkina Faso with neighboring countries. The Ouagadougou-Djibasso Highway, a significant road infrastructure project, is set to be completed this year. This 343 kilometers highway will link the capital city of Ouagadougou to the Djibasso region in the northern part of the country. Other notable road projects include the Ouagadougou-Kaya Highway and the Ouagadougou-Zanira Highway. The government of Burkina Faso is also planning to construct new roads and rehabilitate existing ones in the rural areas. Such efforts will undoubtedly improve the quality of life for the inhabitants of these regions, making their daily lives safer and more comfortable. The transformation of Burkina Faso's road infrastructure is a significant milestone in the country's development, and its citizens are overjoyed to witness these changes. The Zagtouli Solar Park. Since President Traoré took office, there has been a surge in renewable energy projects, with a particular focus on solar energy due to the country's abundant sunlight. One notable success story is the Zagtouli Solar Power Plant, which boasts an impressive capacity of 33 megawatts. Burkina Faso is also exploring the potential of biomass and biogas projects that utilize agricultural waste for energy production. These initiatives are a step towards reducing the country's reliance on fossil fuels, mitigating climate change, and fostering sustainable economic growth. Burkina Faso is committed to achieving its renewable energy targets and paving the way for a brighter, greener future. The Samandeni Dam. Rising on the Comoé River near the border with Côte d'Ivoire, the Samandeni Dam project symbolizes both the hopes and hurdles faced by Burkina Faso. Decades in the making, this large-scale initiative aims to provide hydropower, irrigation, and improved water access, potentially transforming the region. After years of delays and challenges, the dam nears completion, with an expected inauguration in 2024. When Ibrahim Traoré assumed the presidency of Burkina Faso in September 2022, the Samandeni Dam project was nearly 70% complete. Traoré has made it clear that finishing the project is a top priority for his government, and he has taken swift action to ensure its timely completion. By allocating additional resources and urging contractors to expedite their work, Traoré aims to bring the benefits of the dam to the people of Burkina Faso as soon as possible. Once finished, the Samandeni Dam will provide irrigation to over 100,000 hectares of land, greatly boosting agricultural production and improving food security throughout the country. Furthermore, the dam will generate electricity, reducing Burkina Faso's reliance on imported energy and providing a reliable source of water. This essential infrastructure project will also create job opportunities for locals, which is why Traoré has made it one of his administration's top priorities. The Ouagadougou High-Speed Train Project. The Ouagadougou High-Speed Train is a railway project that aims to link the capitals of Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast over a distance of 1,150 kilometers. It will reduce the travel time from 36 hours to 6 hours and transport more than 5 million passengers and 10 million tons of goods per year. It will promote regional integration, trade, tourism, and sustainable development. The Ouagadougou high-speed train is the result of cooperation between the two countries, which signed an agreement in 2021 to carry out the project. Agriculture and rural development projects. Traoré has initiated a remarkable agricultural transformation program that aims to revolutionize the agricultural industry. The program is focused on increasing agricultural production, improving food security, and creating jobs in the sector. It's a comprehensive plan that includes providing farmers with access to improved seeds and fertilizers, offering training and technical assistance, and enhancing the marketing of agricultural products. Moreover, the program also recognizes the significance of water conservation and irrigation systems. To combat the impacts of drought, the construction and rehabilitation of irrigation systems and water harvesting infrastructure are underway, ensuring that farming can be carried out throughout the year. The program also aims to develop rural areas with a focus on constructing and maintaining rural roads, establishing marketplaces, and building storage facilities. These efforts will facilitate transportation, reduce losses from harvests, and connect farmers to markets. This incredible initiative has garnered support from international organizations and national institutions who are providing funding, technical assistance, and sharing their knowledge to ensure the success of these projects. Traoré's agricultural transformation program is a game-changer for the agricultural industry, and it's exciting to see the positive impact it's having on farmers and the communities they serve. The Museum of Civilizations of Ouagadougou. The Museum of Civilization of Ouagadougou is an ambitious cultural project that aims to enhance the historical and artistic heritage of Burkina Faso. It will be built on a land of 10 hectares in the Zogona district near the international airport. It will include a 12,000 square meters main building, which will house exhibition rooms, educational spaces, reserves, laboratories, and auditoriums. It will also include a landscaped park, which will host sculptures, installations, and performances. The Museum of Civilizations of Ouagadougou will be a place of memory, dialogue, and creation, which will highlight the diversity and richness of the cultures of Burkina Faso. The Burkina Sat-1 satellite. In 2023, Burkina Faso made history by launching its very first artificial satellite, the Burkina Sat-1. As part of the African space program, this nanosatellite weighs in at a mere 10 kilo and orbits 500 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Its main mission is to gather crucial data on a variety of important fields, including climate, environment, agriculture, health, and safety. But the Burkina Sat-1 is more than just a data-gathering tool. It's a symbol of Burkina Faso's determination to become a major player in the world of space innovation and technology. By strengthening its scientific and technological capabilities and asserting its digital sovereignty, Burkina Faso is proving itself to be a nation with a bold vision for the future. In just over a year, Traoré has accomplished an impressive array of initiatives to improve Burkina Faso. He's also made it a top priority to combat terrorism in the country. Leaders across Africa should take a cue from Traoré's example and strive to make
In a significant move, President Traoré's government has made education free from primary to university levels, aiming to improve literacy rates and empower the youth. However, the ongoing conflict has massively disrupted education, with 80% of schools closed and hundreds of thousands of students out of class.
This country belongs to you. It is up to you to take it. We will instill a certain number of values in you and pass these values on to your children. Tomorrow, you will have children. You will be in our place, and you will also give everything so that your children are in better condition than you. When I listen to you today, you are better than us. We want your children to be better than you. So we have to instill a certain number of values in you. And today at school, we have introduced a certain number of subjects. Civil education, which I teach at the Ministry of Teachers. It is to train you in patriotism, so that you can take back your country. And it requires a certain number of values that you have to understand and put into practice every day. There is
the opening of over 400 schools in Burkina Faso after prolonged closures due to terrorism marks a significant milestone in the country's ongoing efforts to restore normalcy and promote education amidst the challenges posed by insecurity. The closure of these schools had left thousands of students without access to education, exacerbating the already critical situation in the region. The decision to reopen these schools is a testament to the resilience and determination of the Burkinabe government, educators, and local communities to prioritize education despite the ongoing threats. Burkina Faso has faced significant security challenges in recent years, particularly from extremist groups operating in the Sahel region. The presence of these groups has led to widespread violence, displacements, and the disruption of essential services, including education. Schools in the northern and eastern parts of the country have been particularly affected, with many being forced to close due to threats or attacks. This situation has not only deprived children of their right to education, but has also threatened the long-term development prospects of the nation. The closure of schools has had a ripple effect on the broader community. In addition to the immediate loss of educational opportunities, the closures have also led to increased vulnerability for children, including risks of recruitment by armed groups, child labor, and early marriage. The psychological impact on children who have had their sense of security shattered cannot be overstated. In response to these challenges, the Burkinabe government, with support from international partners, has made concerted efforts to restore security in affected areas and facilitate the reopening of schools. These efforts include deploying security forces to protect schools, providing psychological support to students and teachers, and rehabilitating school infrastructure that had been damaged or destroyed. The reopening of these schools is not just a logistical operation, but also a symbolic victory against the forces of terror that seek to undermine the fabric of society. It reflects the government's commitment to ensuring that
we have launched several initiatives, both in the agricultural sector and in the fields of education, health, and community development. And through these initiatives for education, we want to build our schools, our grandes écoles here, to train our elites so that they can serve Burkina Faso. That is why I would urge you to go all out so that we can establish these elite schools, so that these talented individuals do not end up going abroad. Because for a long time, imperialists have always drawn talent from here through scholarships. Once they are home, they do not return to the country. I do not want these brains that are here to end up abroad and not serve our country. Make sure that these initiatives succeed and that we can establish the polytechnic and technological universities we need so that these children can express all their talents and work for the benefit of our homeland.
Funded by the Cooperative Society with Board of Directors, Building the Future. This plant represents a bold step toward industrial and agricultural self-sufficiency, processing 5 tons of tomatoes per hour. The Safado plant is set to become a cornerstone of Burkina Faso's economy. By January 2025, Safado will begin marketing its tomato-based products, adding value to a crop that has long been exported in raw form. Aziz Nignan, the chairman of CoupD'Etat, or BA, has shared ambitious projections. The facility is expected to generate $11.2 million in turnover within its first year of operation. This isn't just about numbers. It's about the livelihoods of thousands of Burkinabe people and the empowerment of local industries. Chapter 3, a second factory in record time. Just days before the Sofato inauguration, Traoré unveiled another tomato processing plant in Bobo Dioulasso, which boasts a higher capacity of 6 tons per hour. These developments are no coincidence. They reflect a clear strategy. Burkina Faso is done importing tomato paste while exporting raw tomatoes. Traoré is determined to rewrite the rules of agricultural dependency, ensuring that the country adds value to its own resources. In 2022, Burkina Faso harvested over 313,500 tons of tomatoes, making it the 4th largest producer in West Africa. Yet, in the same year, the nation imported 23,600 tons of tomato puree worth more than $8 million. It's the kind of imbalance that Traoré sees as unacceptable. By commissioning these factories, he is not only addressing this inefficiency but also ensuring that Burkina Faso keeps more of the wealth.
In 2023, a high-level Burkina delegation sent by President Ibrahim Traoré was subjected to humiliation at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. Despite having official documentation and mission orders, the delegation was denied boarding by Air France staff and left standing for hours, ignored and disrespected. The incident sparked outrage across Burkina Faso. President Traoré responded swiftly, suspending Air France flights and demanding a formal apology from France, along with recognition of Burkina Faso's improved security conditions. This wasn't just about travel. It was a line drawn in the sand, a firm rejection of neocolonial arrogance and a bold defense of African dignity. Burkina Faso, along with Mali and Niger, has officially withdrawn from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, citing the bloc's perceived ineffectiveness and external influences. The trio has formed the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, seeking to foster regional cooperation and self-reliance. In a significant development, Russia has pledged military support to the ICE, providing advanced equipment and training to bolster their joint counterterrorism efforts.
Did you know that 3 African nations have united to reshape their future? This groundbreaking alliance is breaking free from decades of foreign control. The Sahel Alliance was formed as a bold step towards self-determination, security, and regional integration. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger united to reclaim their sovereignty. This alliance is about more than military cooperation. It's about economic independence, fostering development, and ensuring a future where Africa dictates its own destiny. The Sahel Alliance, officially known as the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, was established in September 2023 to address political instability, foreign intervention, and economic dependence. Following military takeovers, these nations signed a mutual defense pact, pledging to assist one another against terrorism and external threats. This marked a turning point for their security and development strategies. The alliance is built on 5 core mandates: security and defense, economic independence, resource control, infrastructure development, and political sovereignty. They are breaking away from the CFA franc, strengthening local industries, restructuring their military, and reclaiming natural resources to serve national development. The alliance has reclaimed territories, reduced terrorist attacks, redirected trade, launched factories, and formally withdrew from ECOWAS, proving their commitment to sovereignty. Looking ahead, their goals include forming a common currency, expanding the alliance, achieving agricultural self-sufficiency, advancing education and technology, and forging strategic alliances with respectful global partners. The Sahel Alliance is a defining moment in Africa's history. For the first time, these nations are dictating their own future, free from foreign control and colonial chains. Will more African nations follow suit? The world is watching, and so are we. Stay connected with Pan-Africanism Reawakening for more in-depth analysis on Africa's rising power.
Burkina Faso's journey under President Ibrahim Traoré is one of resilience, reform, and a quest for self-reliance. As the nation navigates its challenges, the world watches closely, witnessing a country striving to redefine its destiny.